Hey y'all. I already recorded this once, but I've been extremely sick, so I think I'm just gonna literally pause the video whenever I'm about to sniffle, because I even noticed to myself I don't like the videos when I sniffle. Plus, I'm filming this weekend, and I totally set myself up for failure because I have a project but it's workshopped on Tuesday, which I'm gonna have to grind out in the next few days, or even when I'm on set, which is some bullshit, which is why you're also missing a Wild Area vlog, which was meant to be an annual thing, but hey, whatever. We're here. And I have something to talk about that's very important to me. Now, hold on for a second. So, for anyone who absolutely loves me and knows me dearly, they all know I am fucking obsessed with Valve software, or as they would have called themselves before, Valve software. I am absolutely obsessed with the company ever since I've been in grade 5. That makes it roughly 15 years or so since I've gotten into their content, into their, obviously software, their games, and even their hardware. Remember, I don't have it on me right now. I might bring it up again, but I literally bought the first Steam controller when it came out. I bought the original Steam controller, and personally, I didn't like it, but I saw the market for it. And especially with Valve being a private company, it really allows the company to make risks and go into the hardware space without any, backers or investors placing certain dates and times on it. They're not bound by other people's restrictions. Them being a private company and only having so few employees really works in their favor. But besides that, I'm getting off topic. We got to talk about the hardware. Now, as you can see here, I'm first starting with the Steam Deck, and the reason why is because after the new commercial launched for all of the new hardware for Valve, my partner got hooked because initially Anissa was debating between a Switch 2 and a Steam Deck, and originally the Switch 2 was the better option for her because she wanted to play Legend of Zelda. That's literally it. And she pretty much bought the Switch 2 as to the reason why everyone else bought the Switch 2, basically because they want a key to play Nintendo games. That's really all it is. It's just a gatekeeped $600 Game Pass to Nintendo games. Literally any other game runs worse on the Switch 2 than it would be on the Steam Deck. The Steam Deck provides a variety of different options for storage space. If you're looking for something in particular, I think they also have OLED models now, and they're coming out with a white model now too, so come on. So my partner is going to immediately go for this 512 gig model. She said that this one probably matches what she's looking for the most, which is going to be great. I'm buying her the dock because I'd love for her to experience the Switch experience with the Steam Deck, because she always told me that she wanted to experience what the Switch was like. And now she can build her repertoire of games on the Steam Deck, and then once she has her own PC, she basically has all of the games she had on the Steam Deck on the PC. She doesn't need to rebuy any games. In any case, I've talked about the Steam Deck so much, and there's already been so much content made on the Steam Deck. I need an Advil. I am so sick. Let's talk Steam controller. Now, as I said originally, I pretty much had the OG Steam controller when the Steam controller literally didn't have this. And it had this little dimple, bowl-shaped trackpad that you could use. And personally, at the time, I did not find the trackpad fun or useful at all. I did not find it fun to use. But honestly, from what I heard about people using the Steam Deck and liking the trackpads on the Steam Deck, I'm kind of coming around to the design. Despite it kind of looking like an N64 controller, the original Xbox controller, which, makes kind of sense because, Valve employees were originally ex-Microsoft employees, so I like to see how that worked out. But regardless, here we have the new Steam controller. Supposedly the trackpads are a lot more comfortable, and certain companies like Dbrand can, get skins or covers for them, which makes them more sticky and more tactile to use. This was really nice to see, though. I always like seeing how Valve is going to integrate themselves into the market and see how they are going to change things, basically. But now we have the puck, which actively acts as a charging port and a connector to the controller to your device, which just implementing those into a 2-in-1 kind of scenario was really smart. So as someone who really likes to conserve USBs, and I really don't like to have a ton of shit plugged into my computer, I feel like this is really helpful. My bad if any of y'all heard that, but the white Steam Deck! There it is, literally the white Steam Deck. Oh my god. I'm so sorry. I don't know what the hell's going on with me, but I need to get this out now or else it's literally over. But yeah, I don't know what else to say. It's the fucking Steam controller, but the big one to me is the Steam Machine. Look at this bad boy here. A tiny little box that supposedly is 6 times more powerful than the Steam Deck and can run games at 60 FPS at 4K. And I'm gonna delve into that before I take some Advil. I'm treating this video like a fucking race. Oh my god. Anyways, Steam Machine. Practically a console for PC gaming, allowing all the console nerds, which I need to make a video about because I swear to fucking god, like, I'm realizing that, you know, no shame the console, I mean, total shame the console players, but you know what? No, I have my own words about console players and how I feel about them. And I'm holding myself back right now. But you know what? To allow those let's put it convenient folk, the ones that want a convenient plug and play, here they go. Which to me, like, this is crazy. First of all, 512 gigs or 2 terabytes of storage. Sorry, I didn't mean that to sound forced, but oh my god. So you either can get barely, like, of course that's a lot of storage, but a fair amount of storage to too much storage. Like, you got medium and then extra large. 4K gaming at 60 FPS. Enough videos have been said about this. They're basically probably going to use some upscaling technology. They're also going to, you know, you obviously have to reduce settings to play it at 4K. We know the deal. We know the deal like pickle. Y'all know me. Here we have the actual PC aspect of it. So, like, this is practically a mini PC. I don't see it taking away, like, an NVIDIA Shield or anything like that yet. I can see already here that it's, like, ran off Linux, which is crazy. Or, yeah, Steam OS, which is a branch of Linux, which is really cool. Steam Machine verify. Okay, sure. I was like, oh, you're verifying your own product. Well, fucking duh. But no. We have all the different hardware, and, well, what else is there to say? Obviously, the big thing we're going to talk about, but here we have the Steam frame, and this is also coming from a guy who knows barely anything about anything. I'm just a guy who's done a whole ton of research about Valve as a company over the past few years. Now, I will say, now that I'm approaching the end of the hardware showcase, I will say, at first I wasn't sold. But as I took more time to really think about the implications of all of these devices, I realized, yeah, this is the future. Yeah, they finally did it. Because remember, with the Steam controller and the original Steam Machine partnered by Alienware, they weren't the best launches. They didn't hit the best landing, which I can just honestly say. But with this is all in-house. This is all Valve. They've made the Index. They've made the Steam controller. They have a rigorous testing program for literally everything, software and hardware related. So I have full trust that all this is working out. And the Steam Deck has already been on, you know, in people's hands for a long time. So they've already developed a fairly good repertoire in terms of hardware development. But this is next level. And I got something to say about this. Now, of course, what the title says, this is the Steam frame. This pretty much acts like an Apple Vision Pro, Quest 3, and Index all in one. And it's wireless. That was the first turn-off of me ever getting an Index, was because it was fucking wired. It would kill my immersion. Here we have a wireless headset that, look, even Granny's using it. You know? VR and non-VR gaming, which pretty much implicates, also based on the video, that you can sit down in an AR space and have your Steam game be projected onto you. You can use a controller or a keyboard and mouse and just play your video games no matter where you are. To me, that's amazing. And no matter where you are is also very important, based on the fact that, I don't know where it's saying it here, I think something like this, but basically, there's really so many ways you can play with this. Obviously, I don't think they'd need direct Steam Link to play with this, like how I would need, because I have a Meta headset. But you can play your games either by two ways. I'd say one, first of all, is to stream the game to the headset, which could be done from testing and like what sources have said. Pretty much any reliable internet connection. You could be like 10,000 kilometers away from your computer, and as long as you could get a wireless internet connection, you're playing your games. As well, the Steam Frame itself actually has a mini PC built inside of it, which practically allows you to play your games directly onto the headset. So let's say you want to play Half-Life Alyx and you're on the go. You have your Steam Frame and you're nowhere near your PC. Well, if you downloaded Half-Life Alyx beforehand, you can literally just pop open the Steam Frame and then literally just play Half-Life Alyx right then and there. The convenience factor is amazing. Okay, they have 2K, the 144 hertz is still experimental. I don't understand about that. This is what I was going to talk about. Basically what they're doing, and supposedly from sources again, they say this shit is immaculate and it has no flaws right now. What they're doing is they're increasing the image quality, as they're putting it, by quote-unquote 10 times wherever you're looking inside of the headset. Because now with the Steam Frame, they have eye trackers inside, like where the pancake lenses are, like right beside where the pancake lenses are, meaning it can see where you're looking. I remember Valve, I know this is stupid, but Valve was one of the first to really integrate the squeezing and the 5-finger tactile, like, you know, the specific finger grips, which was super sick at the time, by the way. Super sick. It still incorporates that into the headset, which is super cool. I mean, you could squeeze bottles and, you know, all that good shit. But this is what I'm talking about. This is what would sell me in the end. And to be honest, at this point, from everything I'm seeing, there's a developer kit. Oh, fuck yes. Aesthetically, all I'm really turned off by is just the fucking wire that comes out of the thing. I look kind of like a nerd. Like, it's cool, but it's kind of nerdy, I ain't gonna lie. But I can't lie, this is also a big step up from the Index. A very, very big step up from the Index. And honestly, in terms of the hardware, that's really all left I have to say. But there is one big elephant in the room, which I'll make another video about, but I need to get this out now because Valve hardware is really fucking popping right now. We have to talk about it. And y'all know what it is. If you know me, y'all know what it is. And initially, hearing rumblings about a Half-Life game years ago and hearing that it was going to star Alex Vance, that was enough to get me excited to keep living. That was enough for me to keep living a few more years. And then obviously the shadow drop of Half-Life Alyx and the complete renewal of Valve as a company, that was insane. Half-Life Alyx really did reinvigorate Valve and restart Valve as a company again to be more productive and approach their business with a new model. But here we are. Everything that they've been looking to do has finally reached its full culmination. And 100% we are getting new tech demos to play with all of these devices. There is a 100% guarantee we are getting new things to play. And the game, everyone knows the game, but the game has a very, very high chance of literally, this game has a very high chance of being the system seller for the console. Very easily do I see them saying, oh, you can get it in your library for free if you buy the Steam Frame. Which to me, I think the Steam Frame is going to be around $500, $600, which is going to be sweet in comparison to Xbox's $800. Like, all I know, okay, I have another video to make about Microsoft, but Microsoft is making so many fucking L's. Like, they're just making bad decisions. I don't understand why. But any case, when that happens, and in March I'm able to play it, Like, this is the thing. I don't even feel ready. I need to make a whole video about this. But for me, whenever it comes out, I'm not going to be ready. I am not going to be ready. I told myself I want to be rich. I want to have my own house. I want to have like 100,000 to 1 million subscribers when this shit comes out. But the fact that it's coming out now, like, I can't even comprehend it. And it's not a matter of me saying, oh, it's confirmed to come out. I'm not going to say too much because I don't know what I'm allowed to say, but it's like, from what we know, it is close to done. It's very close to done. It's already going through testing stages with the crew, not crew. The workers' families are testing the game. They've already had their yearly like meets. You know what I mean? Like, in the company, we're very close to its, showcasing, and they've been very tight-lipped about the process of this. Very tight-lipped. And I can't lie, it's going to shake up my world, and I don't know how I'm going to handle it. But I can't lie, the last few things I can say on this topic is that Valve has officially done what they were looking to do for such a long time. I'm talking a literal decade. Like, close to a decade, they've been trying to break into the hardware market and finally achieve something hardware related and finally put themselves on the market in terms of hardware, and they did it. They freaking did it. And it's already shaking up the world after 2 days of their launch. It's already shaking up the whole industry, just as they would. And really, I don't know. We got a long road to go from here. It's gonna be crazy. I don't know if I'm ready, but we'll have to see and find out. Anyways, love you guys. Like, comment, subscribe, all that nonsense. I love y'all. You know the deal, like pickle. Peace out.